Hi everyone. Today is a special episode as we will take a look at several timepieces which will be on sale through the Well Appointed Life by Salcedo Auctions. The auction and the private sale will take place on September 17, 2022. So come on and join me as we examine the watches which will be offered for private sale in this upcoming Well Appointed Life by Salcedo Auctions. For the 2022 Well Appointed Life, Salcedo Auctions will be offering for private sale several timepieces. The star of the watches definitely is the Patek Philippe Nautilus reference 5711R in leather strap. This piece is in excellent condition. It comes with a box. The 5711 was discontinued last year by Patek Philippe. One final special edition of the 5711, which was a collaboration between Patek and Tiffany & Co., sold for $6.5 million at an auction held by Philips. This piece, which is for sale, is a rose gold version of the popular and hard to get 5711 Nautilus. This watch is powered by an automatic movement. Aside from the 5711R, another Nautilus will be on sale. This is the Patek Philippe Nautilus reference 3800. The introduction of the Nautilus 3800 was a particularly important phase in the acceptance of the whole idea of the luxury sports watch. When the Nautilus reference 3700, which was the model prior to the 5711, was released in 1976, it was only available in a massive case size of 42 mm. For context, in the 1970s, it was still a time when 36 mm watches were considered large. So in 1981, 5 years after the introduction of the 3700, Patek Philippe introduced a much smaller but still large Nautilus measuring 37.5 mm. This case size helped bridge people who weren't able to fathom the thought of wearing a watch with a case size of 42 mm. This reference 3800 is aesthetically similar to the 3700 with the exception of the smaller case size. It looks identical, only that it's smaller. Aside from the Patek Philippe watches, there will also be 3 Audemars Piguet watches, 2 of which are Royal Oak. Initially introduced for men, the Royal Oak evolved into different sizes and variations. This particular piece is made from white gold. The bezel and the hour markers are set with precious stones. The dial is a mother of pearl dial, and this watch is estimated to have been produced between 1987 and 1994. Given the age, the condition of the watch is fair. You wouldn't see a lot of these hanging around. This next one was first introduced in 1993, and the goal of this Royal Oak Offshore was to entice a younger market. The Offshore is essentially an oversized Royal Oak with emphasized features. Notwithstanding the initial opposition of the designer himself, Gerald Genta, the Offshore proved to be a commercial success. The Royal Oak Offshore was one of the first watches which was embraced by popular entertainment figures, especially in the film and in the music industry. The presence of this watch on the wrist of famous people helped the Royal Oak Offshore reach new heights for Audemars Piguet. This example of the Audemars Royal Oak Offshore is in a used condition with scratches and indications of regular use. Despite this, it can be noted that the rubber portions of the watch are actually in good condition. This watch is accompanied by its presentation box, papers, and manual. While the Audemars Piguet brand has been known for the Royal Oak line in recent years, The manufacturer has also produced a lot of beautiful pieces which are almost unknown. This next piece was likely manufactured between 1987 to 1994. It is relevant to note that there is an indication that this watch was produced as number 1 in its series. Usually, an indication of the number implies that it forms part of a limited run or special order. This watch is in good shape considering that it's around 30 years old. Another interesting piece which will be for sale and which will be offered by Salcedo Auctions is this piece unique Blancpain Ladybird. Blancpain was founded in 1735 and is considered to be the world's oldest watchmaking brand. The brand is said to be the first watch manufacturer to produce the world's first self-winding wristwatch for ladies in the 1930s. This piece unique Blancpain has its bezel adorned by precious stones, and this present example is really in a great condition given its age. On the case back, the beautiful manual winding movement is displayed. What will a sale of beautiful timepieces be without Rolex? There will also be a handful of Rolex watches for sale in the well-appointed life. The highlight of the Rolex watches is the Sea-Dweller. The Sea-Dweller is a historically important Rolex model as it was produced for those who sought to go deeper into the ocean, well beyond the capacity of the submariner. This present Sea-Dweller with a reference 1655 is one of the later examples of the said reference as it was produced sometime between 1978 and 1979 and features a Mark II rail dial. The rail dial is identified by the perfect lining up of the chronometer and certified words and by the mark at the bottom of the dial. The earlier examples of the reference 1655 featured the red lines of text above the 6 o'clock hour marker. This current piece is called by many as the Great White, characterized by the all-white text markings throughout its dial. We're not able to cover all of the watches, but be sure to check out the well-appointed life as there are other watches which we did not go through in this video which will be offered for sale. You will see other date justs and other models of other brands. You will also see tremendous works of art. There are works of art from known Filipino artists such as Fernando Zobel, Malang, Ben Cab, Nena Sagil, the late Justin Nuida, Ramon Orlina, Sanso, and others. The well-appointed live auction and private sale takes place on Saturday, 17th September 2022 at 2 p.m. The auction preview and the preview for the items on private sale opens to the public on September 9, Friday, and runs daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Salcedo Auctions location at Next Tower in Makati. Thank you for watching this video and I hope to see you on the next one.